Yo.
What's going on?
What's up? Yo.
What's up?
Mark, give me some more bombs, man. Drop them cues. I call him the drop god on my show. Like, marvelous. You got the marvelous drop, bro. Marvelous drop. He's
Marvelous room.
Marvelous. So,
Marv's verse.
Do not adjust your television sets. This is a takeover. It's like, nah. This is like we were joking about it in a pre-production. Like, this is Saturday Night Live. So this is Wednesday Night Live.
Exactly.
Well,
welcome to Wednesday Night Live in the Marviverse.
The Marviverse. Bro, I love that nickname. That was amazing, bro.
Yeah, he likes it. He enjoys it. He's gonna get t-shirts. He'll get t-shirts.
Merch coming soon.
Man, grab yourself some merch. But this is the Under Review podcast. We're gonna give it to you raw, uncut and unfiltered. I think that's what she says.
Yeah, raw and authentic. Let's go.
Raw and authentic. There we go. Shout out to Nanash. We are filling in for her. You guys know it's your boy. You go, boy. Filling in graciously.
You go, boy.
Oh,
Yeah, I got my own drop.
Got his own.
I got my own drop.
You got your own drop?
Yeah.
You go, boy.
Yahtzee. Yeah. We give it
The
up.
Marvin verses is on point.
Yo, we coming in hot tonight. Okay.
Coming in spicy.
You go with the bad betting Velasquez brothers.
It was too funny. Like, I thought y'all were just straight Habib over here, man.
Man.
Like for real.
Straight white Latino. Yeah.
Facts.
White Latinos, man.
Que lo que.
Un saludo Puerto Rico.
But now let's dive into it. I mean, you know what it is. It's time to talk that sports talk. That's what we do on the Under Review podcast. This really does feel like SNL. And musical guest Drake. Got a great show for you guys.
And Joe Budden.
And Joe Budden.
But yeah, let's get into it. I mean, let's. I know you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, so we'll start there.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? I mean, let's start with where you think the Dallas Cowboys went wrong. Let's go fan base and then off of let's start there.
No doubt. So this season, let's get right to the guy who's in the crosshairs of everybody. This season was all about Dak. All right, everything they did in the offseason was to help him. And everybody who's a real Cowboy fan, the realists, because you got the delusional ones that watch Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith.
Main focus was facilitating Dak Prescott.
Yes. But the main focus, all the real ones know, like myself, it's all about Dak. So we're going to get rid of Kellen Moore. Mike McCarthy's going to take over play calling. We're going to trade for Brandon Cooks. We're going to bring back Tony Pollard. We're going to draft you another tight end to go with the tight end you already have in Schoonmaker. Listen, we're going to do everything for you, right? And you're up for a contract. So we have to know, are you that guy before we give you that bag, right? So it's all about Dak. So 5 games in, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's looking like he took a step back 5 weeks in, to be honest with you.
I think we were talking about it last week. One big thing that Dak doesn't have anymore is that, especially where we saw it against the San Fran defense, was that the pass blocking with Zeke in the backfield.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of
blitz pickup. Yeah.
Oh my God, there wasn't enough.
Zeke was incredible.
Incredible at that.
Oh my gosh, so much value.
I give credit to the offensive line for the Cowboys then and not, but with a caliber of like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, something like that,
that's a lot.
You can't judge Dak Prescott too heavy, so we're not gonna kill him too hard. I just feel like McCarthy's play calling wasn't effective at all.
No, terrible. No.
You're trying to get, you're running routes. You're trying to get CeeDee Lamb open 16, 17, 25 yards downfield. You got to use him in the slants, in the flats, and coming out of the slot. There was things I feel like that the Cowboys didn't come out physically aggressive on the offense side of the ball. That really showed the Niners defense, okay, we're going to bring this blitz. And they brought the pressure for 4 quarters.
They didn't match their physicality at all.
0%.
It looked like just a quarter in, because I talked about this. Shout out my boy Mongo. Love you, dog. We talked about it on
Shout out Mongo.
We talked about it on Sports Talk Live earlier in the week. And we'll talk it again. Shout out to Jason Enrique, Braverly, Yo Braverly Sports. I'll be on later this week as well to roast them. I'm roasting them 3 times this week.
Wow.
So 6 of their first 7 possessions were 3 and outs. Like, just from the rip, it looked like McCarthy and Dak had never seen what the Niners were doing on defensively. And just to break down, because I really do this, so I really understand what I'm seeing on Sundays. I'm not a casual fan. I'm a real fan.
Right.
The 49ers run cover 3. A lot of press man. Yep. They're like basically, yo, we'll take the flags, we'll take the illegal contact, but you're going to feel us when you play us.
Right.
Cover 3, press man. Little cover 2, and we'll blitz you once in a while with Warner or with Hufunga. You know what I mean?
Throw 4 and then have Nick Bosa come off the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I love that.
Yeah.
I love that how you say that cover 3 because when you run that cover 3 against a team like Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Who really? Okay, Turpin and Gallup. Who else really is there to get open in that? So they really are shutting off the ball 15 yards down.
They are.
And then all you really got to do is have a linebacker like Fred Warner to pick up someone like Ferguson coming off of the tight end position. I don't know, man. I don't know where Dak Prescott needs or what kind of pickup games he needs to get some sort of confidence to be able to, be an individual that has a lot of, influence in the play calling.
Well, that's the issue too. Before you dive in, that's the issue too. So it's like Kellen Moore's offense doesn't work against good teams. That was my issue with him the entire time he was in Dallas. Every time he played an elite defense, it was a rough go at it. And if your offense doesn't work in the playoffs or against good teams, you're not good at your job. Because why should it just stop? Like, did the quarterback just forget how to play quarterback come playoff time?
Great point, man.
And so my issue with McCarthy is, okay, so Kellen Moore's not there anymore. Can't blame him anymore. Right. You wanted to take over. You brought your guy in, Schottenheimer. Again, they did everything he asked for. Him too. So it's twofold. So you brought in Schottenheimer. We drafted who you wanted to draft. We traded for Cooks who they don't even use. And again, but that offense style doesn't work against the 49ers. It doesn't work against cover 3. Correct. Like every time, it's like when they see cover 3, McCarthy's like, oh my God, I've never. And mind you, bro, you've been coaching for like 30 years. Right. You would think a guy who's been coaching longer than I've been alive would know how to beat a cover 3, would know how to beat cover 2. But so I'll break it down like this. So 12 games left in the season. I'm not jumping ship and saying the season's a wash. I'm not going to do that. But
I don't think so. Not yet.
There are some major tests waiting for them because I love what the schedule makers did this year. They made sure that all the NFC teams that are probably going to be in the playoffs, they all play each other. Yep. So Dallas, we play Philly twice. We play Detroit. We play Seattle. And we've already failed and gotten the doors blown off us by San Francisco. If I see that guy, Whack Prescott, I'm going to call him Dak Prescott because that guy's terrible. Give me 10 more of them trashes. Trash.
Just keep dropping them. Trash Prescott.
So mediocre.
If I see that guy, because I know I've seen 2 Dak Prescotts. Sure. The guy against the Bucks in the playoffs, you win a Super Bowl with that guy.
Of course.
Where's my camera? You win a Super Bowl with that guy. Yeah. But that guy against San Francisco, give me another trash. that guy, he's not winning anything. And the Cowboys are not going to sign that guy long term. Because if you sign Whack Prescott long term, we're going to end up like the Giants, who gave the bag to the wrong
quarterback.
Guy.
Yeah.
You think
that's a great point.
It's just facts.
Nick was mentioning that for every week we were here.
I think the Cowboys' struggles are really simple, man. Dak Prescott's just not that guy. He is Kirk Cousins. Dak Prescott, no, you literally look at their numbers the last 3 years. Their quarterback rating, their passing yards, their touchdown to interception ratio is literally almost the same. I don't think Dak Prescott is that far ahead of Kirk Cousins. You literally have Kirk Cousins on the Cowboys. A little bit more mobile, right? In big games, like you said, cover 3, he struggled. They didn't flood the zone.
They didn't do anything like out of this world.
There's one way to consistently beat a zone, and it's to flood it. Yeah. So if you got 2 or 3 guys floating in space, you essentially have 3 guys that are attacking one of the spaces in the zone that is not being covered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, I play Madden.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I learned that from because I didn't play football growing up. Right? So it's like, it's one of those situations. But honestly, I was looking at the Cowboys playing this weekend and I'm like, you know what? Like David said, I'm not going to judge them super hard because the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFL.
Agreed.
And so I think that their struggles are, like I said, Dak Prescott is just really not him. Right, he needs a lot of complementary pieces around him. I think they need a really solid number 2, But still, that doesn't give me an excuse to give Dak Prescott a pass and say, oh, well, maybe next year, or, oh, this needs to get inserted into the lineup. Dak Prescott is who he is at this point. He's a game manager. He can make 2 or 3 of those throws that are like, okay, right? When they played Tampa Bay last year in the wild card, all right. Let's be real. Tom Brady was on his way out. The offensive line.
Yeah, but Brady doesn't play defense, and it was still a road playoff game, something the Cowboys hadn't won since 1993. Defense, you see what I'm saying? So you got to give props for that.
I'm gonna be completely honest. That Tampa Bay Bucks offensive line took like 3 steps back from the year before. Brady barely had any time. Credit to the Dallas pass rush. I'm not giving them that much credit for winning.
Dallas had a too strong of a caliber.
Before that, their only playoff win was against the Detroit Lions. So
and Seahawks.
I'm going to be honest.
And Seattle.
So when it comes time, like you said, for them to play competition, they kind of they fall when it comes to that occasion, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what
their biggest hump will be. The 49ers.
It will be. No, I'll take it.
If I'm a Dallas fan, I would rather them play the Eagles.
I have to again. I stand by this. I got to see how we play against Detroit, because right now Dallas is the 4th best team in the NFC right now. I can say that 10 toes down. They're the 4th best team.
Who's your top 3?
Right now, San Francisco, Philly, and Detroit. Detroit is firmly the 3rd best team.
I agree.
I did not expect. I knew that Detroit would win the North because the North is down. Like Rodgers is gone. The Bears are tanking for Caleb Williams. You see what I'm saying? And like the Packers aren't that team either. But I didn't know that Goff was going to take a step. Goff is playing the best ball of his career. You got to give him that.
Weapons.
You have to give it because he's got weapons. He's got boys there. And you mentioned Dallas needs a number 2. Our number 2 is supposed to be Michael Gallup, who we paid.
Don't get me started on Michael Gallup.
I just said supposed to.
I know, but
he didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a terrible game against Dallas. He just wasn't getting the ball tossed at him. It's just I was watching the game. Gallup was getting more open than CeeDee Lamb.
I don't know what the plan is right now with Mike McCarthy. And again, we're 5 weeks in. Trust me.
Dak Prescott has a very hard time going to a number 2 in play call.
That too.
Yeah.
Bro, he looks for his number 1.
That's my issue. That is my issue
with
him right now. Yeah. Like, bro, let's just play this game. Say none of the 3 of us follow football. We were all soccer guys. And then we were at a friend's house or we were at a bar. They had the Cowboy 49er game on. And they're just like, and we watched it as it played out the way on Sunday. And someone asked us, so you guys don't watch football. Who do you think is the veteran that's been playing longer? Oh, Purdy. Purdy's been playing longer, right? Like, who do you think's the guy who's like in year number 2 still figuring out or still learning? Oh, definitely the guy in white, Prescott or whatnot. Yeah. That's how it looked on Sunday.
Shanahan has a complete control of his offense.
Yes. Yeah.
Shanahan is playing great ball on that microphone. They're
making music. They're making poetry, sweet poetry now.
They briefly saw last year where the errors were with Brock Purdy. Mm-hmm. And I think in the offseason they kind of facilitated Brock how they were supposed to facilitate Dak.
Yeah.
I mean, Debo, like
Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey.
Are we
Fred Warner,
like
Nick
McCaffrey
Bosa's it's not even like there's such a confidence as a quarterback when I can go on the sideline and know I just went 3 and out and know I have Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and this crazy front Armstead. These guys are insane. They're different human beings. So the reason why Brock Purdy is getting comfortable.
He is.
He looks
Brock
great.
Purdy gets comfortable there. That $870,000 is going to be a lot more money very, very soon. So I think another year, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Because the thing, Kyle has a plan for him. Mm-hmm. He had a plan for him last year, even as a rookie. He's like,
Carolina giving up McCaffrey. Oh my God.
Man.
But look at Jimmy Garoppolo's record as a San Francisco 49ers.
No. Let me jump in. I was waiting.
You mentioned that during the
beginning. Let me jump in. I was waiting for somebody to bring up his name or whatnot. Yeah. The thing with Jimmy Garoppolo, and you see the difference between Garoppolo and Purdy. Garoppolo leaned, even Shanahan, because my brother's a 49er fan, he would break it down to me. He's like, Kyle basically has to cut the playbook in half with Garoppolo because he's going to turn the ball over. He doesn't see the field well at an elite level. He sees it at a back up to above average level.
And we're seeing that at the Raiders right now.
Exactly. And you're seeing it with the Raiders. And what's troubling, we're seeing that with Dak. We're seeing a guy who, again, we basically this analogy.
And his offense is frustrated. Dak's offense is
it
very
is.
frustrated.
CD's frustrated, and CD Lamb is a top 5 wide receiver right now. Look at his numbers.
Look at his
numbers.
You gotta look at history on both sides. Let's to the original point. San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan is an elite
play caller, elite offensive
coach,
offensive mind too. Offensive mind. You gotta lead with that.
He's an elite head coach. He's elite in both aspects. He staffs his weaknesses and plays into his strengths.
Yes.
It's very important as a head coach to do that.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, Jimmy Garoppolo, it wasn't because of Jimmy Garoppolo that Jimmy Garoppolo's record was that. I totally agree with you. But Kyle Shanahan tailors that offense to whoever's under that center. Whoever it is.
True.
He will tailor that offense. My point is about the Dallas Cowboys now, adversely, McCarthy pissed off Aaron Rodgers. He couldn't get that offense booming in the last 2 or 3 years when Aaron Rodgers was in his prime. Go look at history.
Well, I look at it as a two-way street, however, because again, Rodgers. This is my issue with Rodgers.
Sure, yeah.
Rodgers in the playoffs, because this is all post Mike, all post Mike, all these years that he left them in 2012, 2013 he left or whatnot. So you've had all these years with Matt LaFleur as your head coach or whatnot, and you've lost a lot of home playoff games.
Absolutely,
a lot.
Absolutely.
So you have to give Mike his credit that the two of them won that together, mainly led by the defense, because Rodgers wasn't him when they won the Super Bowl. He had Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, James Starks. You see what I'm saying?
Incredible James Jones, right?
James Jones. Yeah. So I mean, Starks at running back.
And I love that point. It's so valid. I think that with McCarthy, the point is, though, when he becomes the play caller or he's guiding that offense, it seemed in Green Bay, they kind of took a nosedive, right? And I give a lot of the blame. That's a great point to Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. That's a whole nother point.
It's a whole nother thing.
McCarthy kind of... Offenses seem to struggle with him, especially in this new NFL.
Yeah.
Bro, they looked so vanilla out there.
Yeah.
They looked so vanilla.
Yeah.
And at 6 out of the first 7 drives, like you said, that's an amazing stat to show. Dude, you're playing the 49ers in Santa Clara.
The time of possession was something
crazy. You're playing
crazy.
like Bill Belichick and Mac Jones.
You got to do better.
Yeah, the time of possession
transitioning into that. I mean, that's the same kind of problem as far as what's going on in New England. I mean, just like that, even the play calling for Mac Jones, he can't move the ball. We were saying this last week. Mac Jones has a very hard time feeling out any sort of comfortability in that offense right now.
Well, let me dive in here with the Patriots, because their issue is not just with Mac Jones. It's just team building. Like, you got to start there. All right. How is your roster constructed? Who would be a number 1 receiver? Let's start from the top. Who would be a number 1 receiver on the Patriots?
I guess paid Juju.
Not just because you pay somebody.
I guess Juju. But that's the point being made. Like, there's, I mean, for years, we had this point last week. There were so many assets that were being built in that team. And, not when a dynasty dies out, but when a coaching dynasty dies out, there's not the same, like you saying, team building, and there's not the same chemistry. Even though a really crazy fact about how Tom Brady and Bill Belichick never had a meal together outside of the team.
That's crazy.
It was,
that's 20
that's crazy.
I'm
chips. That's crazy.
There's different confidence in Tom Brady and different confidence in Bill Belichick, different era, different. But they're just they're so desperate. They're making so many desperate decisions. I'm not saying Zeke's a terrible running back, but Zeke's not the strongest guy anymore.
He's a compliment back. Exactly. That's why we had to cut him. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that was such a good decision.
I love Zeke. Cowboy fans love Zeke. But again, for that cap number, you're like you're the second best running back on the team. Like, Pollard is light years ahead of you. We couldn't carry that no more. And he's not a guy you can give the rock to 25 times anymore. Like, that ended like 4 years ago, bro. Yeah, like, he's at 10 at most. 10 carries.
That's a great point. I think the organizations that are winning the most in the NFL are the least rigid. Kansas City Chiefs, right? They
Dolphins.
went Dolphins. Dude, what a great
49ers.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Detroit, the Lions.
Detroit.
Lions. We're like, okay, we were a defensive team, hard-nosed, blue-collar city, but we're going pretty. We're going all offense. You know what I'm saying?
And look at Miami, look at Detroit, look at the match you guys just mentioned. I mean, Waddle. I mean, this past Sunday, when we talked about a little bit of gambling, we had anytime touchdown scorers. We had
everybody on the Miami
Dolphins. And Jalen Waddle. We're on our way dropping off my daughter. It's 1 o'clock. It's like 12. It's like 1:30. We're like, oh dang, Jalen Waddle and Devon Ackley got in the end zone already. We're just waiting on Alvin Kamara. We're like, okay, and then Alvin Kamara cleared in the second quarter. We're like, let's go. You know, it was these teams, man, like Daniels and stuff like that. It's just there's these coaching staffs that are not afraid to come and play ball. And Bill Belichick definitely lost that mentality. I don't think Bill Belichick has that same go hurrah anymore as far as aggressiveness. And,
the Dolphins, who else? The 49ers,
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
Progressive.
They all have the new iPhone. Like Belichick, Mike McCarthy, they got flip phones. They got flip phones.
He's stuck on the razor. He's got the juke.
Okay, I see.
He's got the juke. Yeah. Can I get a trash one time too? The trash.
Give me 5 trashes.
There was a really good point here that Danash made. I just want to bring it up 2 seconds.
While he's bringing that up, something that I read about the Patriots is their receivers since last year, they're last in the league in separation.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, to your point,
it's a red flag.
Who is the number 1 receiver? Juju? Like
Mike Gesicki?
The offense,
bro.
They have check this that Danash left on our note. Offense has scored 3 points in their last 2 games, and they have 34 drives without a touchdown.
That's
Yo,
that
give me
is
5 trashes. Give me 5 trashes.
That's I know it's so simple to say, but it's like
I mean, savage too. That was savage. That was some savage.
Like it's just I don't know. I think they're leaving Mac Jones in there. I think they should rest Mac Jones and sit him out and get some sort of confidence back in him. He looks.
You know
rough,
what they're
man.
doing? They're evaluating the quarterbacks that are coming up in this draft class because Mac Jones ain't it. I saw it. See, this is my issue with Alabama quarterbacks.
But he was it in that draft. He wasn't a good draft. He was a good quarterback in that draft.
Nah, I didn't see it. I didn't even see it in college, bro. Like I didn't see. You know what I saw?
He came from a school that was stacked.
Exactly.
He did. He did.
Look at all the Alabama quarterbacks. All right, Tua is now even solidifying it, and Jalen Hurts is solidifying it. Like, yo, you put the horses around us, you can win games. We can take it. We can take it to the Super Bowl.
2 schools that really influence his game.
So, but look at Mac Jones though, and we won't know, but I'm just looking at just the traits and looking at him read coverages and just the decision making. Like look at that Cowboy game, bro. Look at the pick 6 he threw to Bland cross country or whatnot. Bro, you don't make
another
that.
reason. Talk about Bland. Another reason why the defense kind of gave up so many points.
Trey Diggs, we missed Diggs. We miss him. But
Diggs was huge.
I don't see a decision maker. I don't see the ability. I don't see the
athleticism,
the ability to read coverages, decipher coverages. I don't see that with Mac Jones. And they basically took him in the first round because everybody. He was the last dude there.
Yeah, you see him go under center. He looks lost.
Looks lost.
He's like, wait. He's like, oh my god. He's like, oh no.
The game speed. It's like the game is too fast for him.
34-0 is crazy against the
Saints. I know the Saints got a good defense. The Saints got a good defense, but they're not. They're not
half-assed Derek Carr. He could barely throw the ball.
He's got a torn UC joint. Could barely get his shoulder.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. You know, a shout out to the Saints, but
I think that Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones. Obviously, I don't think he's in that top tier or tier 1 of quarterbacks. I agree with you. I'm totally with you there.
Oh, I definitely agree as well.
His first year when he had Josh McDaniels, he had a 92 quarterback rating, which is pretty for Mac Jones. That's like, oh my gosh, right? So I thought that was special for him. But the second year, they really didn't do right by him. They had a defensive
and he didn't even play all that terrible against Philly.
Matt Patricia was his coordinator.
Yeah, it was a former defensive coordinator.
Right.
They made an offensive
with
coordinator.
a guy that's not athletic, who kind of has a noodle arm a little bit.
Yeah.
Can't really get it downfield, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, did you set him up for success when he's not that talented and really not that gifted? Probably not.
But that's on Belichick. Belichick puts together everything. Belichick has autonomy. Too much power.
Yeah,
he's the GM / head coach. That might have worked in the Brady era, but bro, that's flip phone. Like we're on iPhone 50 right now.
Yeah,
you gotta catch up, bro.
We're watching Aaron Hernandez's cases back then. We're not talking business.
Savage for that. That was savage.
Yeah, that was savage.
Sorry, man. Rest in
Savage.
peace to my
Aaron.
boy, man. Rest in peace. Wow. Yeah, I just got an
Great
update.
points.
Astros win 3-1. Let's go. That's great for the tickets. Oh man, yeah. I just think the Belichick era has to end soon. If it's not this year, the following, or
They either got to hire. They either got to hire
someone.
GM.
I think he should just go retire in the sun, man. Go live his life, and I think he had a great career.
Nah, come coach Dallas. Come coach Dallas.
Go coach Dallas. I think actually that would be an insane move if he got to Dallas. Mike McCarthy, oh man, he'd be sad boy.
But I mean, they can trade coaches. McCarthy go trade over there.
Yeah. Would you have taken Sean Payton as a coach when he was on the market and all that stuff?
Yes. Oh my God, 1,000% yes. I can't say yes more enough.
I think he would have been a great fit.
I
in
mean,
Dallas.
moving to the next point. I mean, didn't the Denver Broncos expect something similar from Sean Payton?
Well, here's let's compare the two.
Go ahead.
So, had we gotten Payton, we would have gotten Sean Payton with Tony Romo, and that's business is booming. Like his numbers would have been fine, and on top of that, Sean Payton has a very good track record of building rosters, offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching staffs. A lot of his former staff members have become coaches themselves.
Right.
He knows what he's doing on that. Instead, what do we do? Because Jerry Jones was still making football decisions at the time. We hired Jason Garrett for like 10 years. 10 years of 8-8 and smiles and clapping. All right. So give me a savage for that. So it's like, yo, like.
That's funny.
That's what we signed up for. We didn't have a real coach for like a decade.
For 10 years, man. Jason Garrett was really he was the epitome of mediocre. Whatever you want to say there. Yeah.
Less than mediocre.
Average.
Yeah. So I mean, so right now, listen, the Broncos are headed for a divorce. They're just going through couples counseling right now. That divorce is happening.
Yeah,
all right, like they're sleeping in separate rooms.
Couples counseling. That's a good point.
They're just going to show up and just say they did it, but we know what's happening at the end of that.
We know what's happening behind closed doors. She's like, I'm getting out of here.
Like the Broncos right now are Jada and Will right now. They're just going through the motions. They just going through the motions, bro. They're not sleeping on the same. One of them sleeping in the guest house. All right, Russ is gonna get traded. Mark my word. It's not a matter of if he's getting traded. It's when he
Where do you
gets
think
traded.
is a good place for him to end up?
Bro, I'm going to be honest. You know what I think that the Broncos should do?
New England. You imagine Russell Wilson in New England?
Bill will take anyone at this one.
Well, anything's an upgrade from Mac Jones.
Bill will take Dak. Bill will take Dak right now.
I don't know,
bro.
man. Dak is tough.
Bill loves Dak. Bill loves Dak.
Right. Can I
So
throw
does
out a
Robert
crazy
Kraft.
trade idea? Can I throw one out?
Go for it.
I think I toyed with this because that's a great question. I think Arizona, Kyler Murray for Russell Wilson straight up.
I was thinking for Justin Fields too in Chicago.
Or Justin Fields.
I don't think Bill would want to coach Kyler. Like Kyler is not the thing with Kyler.
You Sean Payton?
Sean Payton. My bad. Sean Payton. I'm sorry about that.
No, you good.
Like I don't because Kyler has an attitude problem, and Kyler doesn't love football.
Oh, and it's not even his attitude, man. He is very emotional.
He doesn't love football. That's
He loves Call of Duty.
Yeah, he loves Call of Duty.
Loves Call of Duty.
So it's like Kyler reminds me of James Harden in basketball. He loves what comes with the sport.
Or like a Johnny Manziel in the nightlife.
the lifestyle. He doesn't love ball, bro. He doesn't love it.
But
I agree.
What if he grows up a little bit and he matures again? These are big ifs, right?
Big ifs.
What if he turns a corner with the injury, right? And he's like, you know what, man, I really got to get serious about this. Or like, respectably serious,
When
right?
you build a frustration with an organization that is trying to invest in you, and he's just not. I don't think he's happy in Arizona.
My point exactly. Maybe he needs a move. Maybe he needs a change of scenery.
Yep.
Maybe he needs discipline. Sean Payton saying, look, we're not putting any stipulations in your contract that you can't play Call of Duty. Show up to the damn office early.
And you can go home and play Call of Duty. Just get to my practice.
Just get to my practices. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
Because
Good
my
point.
opinion, I think Russell Wilson is just a younger version of Russell Wilson, right? So, or Kyler Murray is a younger version of Russell Wilson. I mean, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I I got a tough time with the shorter
Yeah.
quarterbacks. I mean, it's why like Baker has really struggled for a big reason. Baker's my height. If you're 6'1" as a quarterback in the
It's gonna be
NFL,
tough.
I think
you're-
Baker's. Hey, talking about the Bucks for a little bit. What do you think about Baker Mayfield in Tampa right now? I'm not seeing bad, and I'm not seeing great from Baker from him there. I think, if Tampa can kind of restructure an offense, and kind of get some weapons, I think Baker can do a little something down there. He's not all the way statistically, but he's playing a little better than Trevor Lawrence.
So I mean, the thing with so he's fortunate because the Bucks are in the South. The NFC South is typically not 8 wins.
Division.
8 wins or 9
Get
wins
you
is
to
gonna
playoffs.
he's, like what the Bucks won last year? 7.
Seven, they went 7-9, bro. I think they were like 5-9 at one point, or 5-8
Like,
in
bro,
first place.
Yes.
Crazy.
Hosting a home playoff game. Like, think about this: the loser of the NFC East very well might be 12-5, the Cowboys again, or the Eagles if they fall off. You might be 12-5 or 13-4, and you got to go to Tampa or you got to go to the Saints in round
Like,
one.
an away game. That's
an
crazy.
away game. That's your
That's
reward.
crazy, and they had a negative record.
They had a
and lost to the Cardinals.
Can you imagine if Bryce Young, like the Panthers, turn it around?
No,
They go-
that's
It's
not
not
that's
happening. I'm
happening.
just saying, like, say if they go like 5-12,
Hubbard,
they make
shout out to Jerem, man. 135 in Harlem, Hubbard Chubba. Was it Chubba Hubbard? Chubba Hubbard. We were chasing a Chubba Hubbard two anytime touchdown like 2 weeks ago, man. Shout out to Jerem. That's hysterical.
funny.
Yeah, Carolina is not yet. I think Bryce Young, another short
for
quarterback.
sure.
I just
It's tough for those short guys, man.
It's tough.
it's
when
a
you're
hit or
little.
miss
It's
at
tough when you're
Alabama,
little.
man. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Bryce Young even looks half as comfortable like a CJ Stroud or what probably a Caleb Williams is gonna look like.
Stroud, you know what? Stroud looks like a better version of Dak. I mean, just his mechanics.
Yeah.
Just the
Love
way he-
referencing these
I'm
quarterbacks.
just saying.
Dak.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be
I'm just saying. I got
No,
called
I
spade.
definitely agree with
I
you.
call spade a spade.
Hey, CJ Stroud is playing with some serious confidence.
Yes.
And he's putting his balls on the field, bro, and saying, hey, let's go, let's ride.
Yeah.
I love CJ Stroud's leadership. I read an article where he basically does 2 dinners a week with the offensive line and the skill position players on offense. Great leadership early for CJ Stroud. I'm a
Going
huge
back
fan.
to your team building point, man. That's
Team
huge.
building, bro.
Bro, we are
It's
human-
everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, they're famous and they're getting millions of dollars and they have all this fancy lifestyle, but there are human beings and they have relationships and they have these alter egos and they
Yes.
have this drama in their life that alters who they could be as a professional athlete. Sorry. And I just believe that, sometimes when you don't check out Odell.
Yeah.
Odell has this demeanor, very intimidating, very powerful. So when he goes to like a young quarterback or a quarterback that's not, very receptive of his energy, you're not going to see him shine as much,
No,
right?
no.
I think he had a lot of respect for Eli. He did well with the Giants and stuff. Going to Cleveland and playing for a goddamn random who knows what.
Yeah.
You're going to see examples like that. CJ Stroud, man, like Blake just mentioned. When you create that time, it's on field. There's also off field experiences that are needed to build character
These
in
are
an
humans,
offense,
man.
a defense. Even when they're like, dude, these guys on the sideline. Look at Miami.
Bro, they're
Laughing, smiling the whole time.
Dancing.
Waddle,
Got dance moves.
Akani. They have a relationship.
Cracking jokes, yeah.
So that's where another downfall I feel like is in Denver.
serious.
The
and
image
stiff.
is so Russell Wilson.
Russell
Wilson. When you're focusing so much on one position, dude, Jerry Judy's a dog.
He's nice. He's so
He
nice.
is filthy.
I also like
Please.
Cortland Sutton too. He's great.
Sutton's good.
And,
They got good players.
who's this
Yeah.
new running back 31?
Oh, he went off. The 38 or something like that?
Well, they got,
Whether
Jamal,
some-
they, got,
running back.
they got Jamal Williams, who's there, who's really good. I liked him
Yes.
out of North Carolina. You talk about the
Yeah.
other running back. I forget.
I forgot his name too, man. He was
He
balling.
was
this
balling.
past week.
He played well against the Bears. He played well this past week. I just moving on, but creating those relationships on and off the field are super crucial. Like I played sports, you know what I'm saying? So you played better when you and your boys had a bagel 2 hours before, laughing about the party from the night before. That's why college football is so amazing.
Agreed.
You see this
Agreed.
these guys living with each other for 4 years, creating this bond. That's what I'm saying. That's why you're getting these college hype. That's why I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Caleb Williams is going to do in the NFL.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I don't think he's going to be a miss like Cam Newton or like a. No. I think he's going to be a serious asset to an offense and that team building, bro. They when you take that from college and bring it to NFL like CJ Stroud is doing, bro, the results are different. Man, they beat Jacksonville by, was it 11 points?
They beat Jacksonville. No, it was a blowout. 37-20.
There it is. More than 14 points. Jacksonville is tough.
They're tough. They're a tough team.
Tough team. So a lot of assets there. So
team.
Big on that on-field experience and that off-field. That's where I feel like also side point, the Bills are going to lack this year heavy. A lot of drama in that offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The defense got strong with DeMar Hamlin, and then the offense kind of like, okay.
Well, they also had a big injury with Tre'Davious White. I think he tore his ACL.
That's going to hurt him. Yeah, and Von Miller's not 100%.
I'm not going to lie.
I don't even know when his expected date is back. They said it was this week.
He came back too soon, man. That's an ACL, bro.
Yeah,
and especially he's in his 30s.
Almost 300 pounds.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Travis Kelce also tore his ACL.
I'm excited to see him tomorrow night. I want to see what he's gonna.
But bro, the no contact injury for him to not tear his ACL or have like a season-ending
or an Achilles. I thought it was Aaron Rodgers all over again when he went down, bro.
Because his ankle popped.
No contact, just dropped to the ground. I was like,
he's very fortunate.
They were saying the inside scoop or something from the field. The commentator saying how it could be a high ankle sprain of some sort, but nothing to the severity of Patrick Mahomes. That boy is tough, though.
He's tough. He's
going to play.
He's different.
He's going to play, and he's going to give it his all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Kelsey's going to still be that animal that he is.
I love him. He's one of my favorite players.
Anytime touchdown this week, bro?
I mean, it's been hitting every single week. Him and McCaffrey just don't miss. You could parlay him up, and it's going to hit, so... I mean, I know we have some Ravens talk.
Okay. Yeah, we do.
We have some Ravens talk that we can pair that with the Lions. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Pittsburgh Steelers. Blake, we had plus 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me. What's your input on the Steelers, on how you saw with this Baltimore game this past week?
Well, the spread was plus 4.5, right? We took the 4.5. Man, the Steelers offense looks so bad. I'm not going to lie. For the most part.
They need a new OC, now.
That Matt Canada dude
it's not working.
So 2 weeks ago, I was cracking up. He called 3 bootlegs back to back to back. One to the right, one to the left, and then tried it again to the right. So he was definitely playing his version of Madden on the field there. Like just trying anything to see if it works. Like you said, the offense coordinator's complete crap. But the Pittsburgh Steelers covered because Mike Tomlin is an incredible defensive coach. I'm really not big on the defensive coaches in the NFL nowadays, but I have so much respect for Tomlin. And, yeah, their defense really pulled through.
I see stat-wise the reason why Pickett is struggling is because you got Pickens as your only target. He's got 130 yards. Warren is your second receiver that you're coming out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
And he's only got 39 yards.
They really missed Deontay Johnson.
Of course.
When he got hurt, because he's a solid number 2.
Yep.
He's an excellent number 2.
And again, that allows, and Freiermuth isn't 100% either. He's been in and out of the lineup.
He wasn't playing this past Sunday.
Exactly. So
that's huge.
You're supposed to have 3 bona fide targets. And again, and Najee Harris is out of the backfield.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's
having his own struggles.
Exactly. So
offensive line, too, is a little bit shaky as well.
How does Lamar Jackson able to fall to a team that isn't this strong? And Pickett was hurt. He had a bruised meniscus or whatever it was. Or bruised kneecap.
I think the Ravens receivers lead the league in drops. They've been dropping the ball left and right.
They did drop left first and goal, second and goal, and 2 different possessions.
Yeah,
it was. I saw a really funny clip actually of all the balls that just straight darts that Lamar Jackson was throwing. Flowers. Had a couple great catches, but he also had a lot of hot drops.
It's just.
I agree with that.
This is dropping like it's hot over there, man. Nobody wants to catch the ball, and Beckham is.
Lamar needs someone to throw the ball to, dude.
I thought that Beckham contract was terrible, even though it was 1 year, $15 million. I thought that was a complete reach to appease Lamar Jackson.
He's not healthy.
He's
not.
and he hasn't been for how long? When was the last
He's
time
in
he
the
completed
10
it?
every week.
Every week.
Bro, he's his head or his arm or his this or his knee or his
Bro, this
ankle.
is why
My
Dallas didn't sign him. Like the
And that
only
was a
person,
great call
and it
by
was,
them.
the only person that wanted to sign him was Jerry, and then Stephen Jones and Will McClay, who are the co-GMs of the team. They were
We're
just
like, come to your
like,
senses.
bro, he's not healthy.
Like, where's your mind at
Like,
right
bro,
now?
he would be the number 4 receiver. Like, we're not about to give $10 million to a guy that's going to play 6 games.
Right,
Like, so
right.
so that's the issue. He's not healthy right now, and it's hurting the Ravens because it was supposed to be Bateman, Flowers, Beckham, 3-headed monster, and Andrews as well at tight end. That's what they were supposed to have.
And Andrews did his thing. He played super well.
He always plays well. He's Mr.
plays
Consistent.
well.
You know what I mean? But he's their best receiver. If your best receiver is a tight end, the only team that can get away with that is Kansas City. Everybody else who
Because
has
you
the
have a
issue.
mobile quarterback, but Lamar
Right.
is mobile as well. I don't understand. You know, it's definitely also in the play calling because
Offense, I was
Agreed.
going to say Andy Reid is an evil
animal.
genius, bro.
You know what?
And
You know
Bieniemy,
why, right?
Bieniemy too. When he was there, you got to give Bieniemy his
I think
flowers.
He
Bieniemy-
wants that
Bieniemy's-
cheeseburger from He wants them cheeseburgers, so he knows
Facts.
he's got to get a
Big
dub.
facts.
He knows he's got to get a dub. So I think Lamar has a lot of work to do in Baltimore. I think the receiving core has to go put some sort of glue or
Stick
some
'em.
sort
They gotta
of
bring stick 'em
crazy
back.
glue.
Crazy glue on the gloves.
What was that movie? The Giants, the Cowboys movie, when the kids movie when
Oh,
they're all
Little
putting
Giants,
Little
Little
Giants. They're all putting glue and stuff on their thing, and they get their gloves stuck to their helmet. Yeah, that's what the Baltimore Ravens.
That's
need,
funny.
for sure. So are we gonna dive into some picks right now?
We can do that.
Are we diving into some the hot 5 take? Are we punching the lines?
Bro, look, we can do the hot 5. We can go through each game. It's up to y'all.
Let's run through each game and give a hot 5 what the bad bettors think this weekend is gonna clear.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Let's start at the
start
top.
off.
We'll start with 8:15 tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football primetime. It's the Chiefs at 11 points against the Denver Broncos divisional game
Oh, they'll cover.
in Arrowhead.
Oh, they're covering that.
You like to cover?
They're covering that.
I think I'm gonna alternate the 9. I'm gonna take the 9 on the Chiefs. I'm almost torn between like going 13 or 14 Denver or going 8 or 9 Chiefs, because if you see what happened with the Jets, not that the Chiefs take their gas off the pedal, but when they're only up by 7 points or 4 points in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? And Andy Reid knows he doesn't have to score. He's just gonna play for a first down. Yeah. He's gonna get a first. He's just gonna go for the time to click off the time clock. Like, listen, we just need a minute and a half of solid football. Get on the field, take a knee, and we win this game.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where I don't like the Chiefs to cover. It's a divisional game. You can't always take the divisional points in essence like this. The Denver Broncos are hot garbage.
Yeah, they're trash. Can I get 2 more trashes?
It's just, what are you thinking, Blake?
So there's an interesting stat going around with Andy Reid with double-digit spreads when he's a favorite. They're only 500. They cleared it against the Bears when they were, I think, 11.5-point favorites. So they cleared it. They destroyed the Bears. Oh, my God. They looked so good, the Chiefs. And the Bears looked so bad.
To New York.
Right. So I think it's a toss-up. My gut tells me that the Broncos cover because it's a divisional game, because the Chiefs are only 500, and because of the point that you just made, which is amazing, that Andy Reid does take his foot off the gas when
he's a clock manager.
He's a clock manager. I love
literally
that.
a genius at knowing, even on defense.
Right.
Like,
And the big difference there is like Mike McDaniel, he is going to keep scoring. It's Madden for him.
Yeah,
Right?
facts.
Andy Reid,
Facts.
Andy Reid's like, let's just get out of this game. We're playing for the Super Bowl, man.
He used to be like that. Like
Right,
Andy,
right.
when he was with the Eagles, he used to be like
Great
that.
point.
He's not like that
And I
anymore.
believe they lost that Super Bowl, total side note,
Oh.
to the Patriots because of bad clock management.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So
Agreed.
but I'm taking the Broncos with the points.
Ravens, Titans, Tennessee.
Wait, hold on. My man's pick. What
he
what
said
you
Chiefs
Oh,
cover.
he said Chiefs cover.
I
Okay,
said
yeah,
Chiefs
okay.
cover.
He
Word,
likes
word.
the Chiefs to cover.
Yeah, that's
Going back to Chiefs covering, I'm going to make one more point. If you're watching this right now, not that this isn't as important game for Andy Reid for Travis Kelce to show up and be big. They need Travis Kelce in the second half of the schedule.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
So
for sure.
I don't think he's going to be incorporated much in the offense, but this running back committee in Kansas City, I'm personally going to fade this on our book just because of the fact that this running back committee, McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco, are unstoppable.
Isaiah Pacheco runs hard.
Jersey guy. Jersey guy.
Jersey boy.
Shout out to Rutgers.
Yeah, I just want to rock. So you know, oh my lord,
Make that a gym.
I literally have to fade this game. I could literally go 2 points either way, and I think they both cover. We could literally bet 2 lines, going 2.5 up on Denver and 2.5 on Chiefs. I think the Chiefs win somewhere around like 9 to like maybe the exact 11 to 12 points. Yeah. So going on your point, I have to fade that game.
Yeah, I like the Broncos there. Next,
Tennessee Ravens 4.5.
Who's getting 4? The Ravens.
Ravens are getting 4.5 again.
Right, I'm going to be completely honest. Mike Vrabel's on the road. Mm-hmm. So Mike Vrabel has
no. Harbaugh's on the road. I'm sorry, they're in Tennessee.
I'm gonna take the I think the better coach is Harbaugh. I'm gonna take Tennessee with the points because the Ravens struggle when they're favorites, man. In terms of covering, right?
And look at how Tennessee bounces back when they lose on the road.
Yeah,
and they come back at home.
Then Tennessee plays well at home.
They do
usually.
Defense, run the ball.
Didn't
play
they beat
action.
the Chargers at home after losing in week 1?
Yes.
I believe they won by a touchdown too.
They beat Buffalo in Tennessee a few years back too. Like they play well at home. I
like Vrabel to cover. And it's Vrabel. Tannehill to me is hot garbage. But
I'm excited to hear what you think about this game. About what you think about the 4.5, the 4 points, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill.
I think 4 is a little rich, honestly. Tannehill's trash, man. Can I get another trash? Like that's the thing. Like he's not good. But the thing is,
and DeAndre Hopkins really hasn't found himself with his quarterback yet.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty good game last week, though.
He did. And I think he's just finding his identity there. I think he's just finding his identity in Tennessee, and you know.
Again, at home, I like the way Tennessee plays at home. They're tough at home. They can hang with just about everybody.
On the road, sometimes they was that Browns game where they lost like 20.
Yeah.
They won 27-3, right? Tennessee, they blew. I forgot.
It was the Browns. I believe it was the Browns.
The Browns won, right?
No, the Titans won.
Oh, the Titans won. Okay. And were they on the road or home? I forgot.
They were home.
They were home?
I believe they were home. They won 27-3.
Yeah, I love how the Titans played home as well. So.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. I think I don't know about the points, but I'm leaning toward the Titans.
Yeah. Awesome. I think that 4.5 could go. I like adding 2 for the Titans and just taking it, under 6.5. We got a really weird game we were looking at last Sunday before the Niners Cowboys game. We always go to the primetime games like the week after. We see what the book has the spread at.
Right.
And they had the spread for the Niners Browns game at 3 points before the massacre.
Yeah.
In the Bay Area. 7-point favorites, San Francisco against the Cleveland Browns.
A full touchdown?
That's what I was saying. I like the buying a 0.5 point, even going to 5.
Buy down for sure.
I was saying they could take a week off and slow up. He was mentioning how these boys just don't take their foot off the gas, and they're gonna keep moving. They're gonna show the dog who they are.
Not for anything. We all watch football. Like the 49ers are gonna lose a game or two at some point, and Purdy's gonna have a bad game.
Right.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
And
it's the NFL.
My bet is it's gonna be a road game. I mean, it might even be a home game. Who knows? But it's definitely going to be a road game. Seattle.
Can it be Cleveland with this crazy defense? Could it be this defense that shuts down Christian McCaffrey? Because the front is tough.
It's possible.
That Cleveland front is tough. Christian McCaffrey's an animal. I mean, we saw him took 3 head blows in the thing and looked up like nothing ever happened this past game.
I would pick the 49ers to still win the game, but it's going to be close. 7 to me is way too rich, way too high. Way too high. Cleveland's defense is a lot better than a lot of people think.
Over here, I think that 0.5 point down off of San Fran is good. The whole touchdown's tough. It is human beings, and it is football.
And it's Cleveland. At Cleveland. Wonky stuff happens there.
Brock hasn't thrown a pick this year yet, or I think he has 1 or 2.
The maximum 1 or 2.
And he's having a lot of completed pass attempts. Like, he's playing very well. Is this a regressing week for Brock Purdy? Could it be this is a very tough defense? The secondary is tough, and they're fast. They are fast, and they are strong.
Always keep in mind, the 49ers lost to the Bears and the Falcons last year. It's going to happen.
God,
Wonky, fluky
Mariota?
losses.
Where is Mariota
Mariota's
nowadays?
in the
He's
Eagles.
a back.
He's
Yeah,
backup
he's
of
on
the
like the
Eagles.
third string with the Eagles.
I know.
I don't think this is. I'm gonna be complete. If I could buy 3 points and say the Niners win by 10 or more,
I think
they are gonna dog the Cleveland Browns. And I'm gonna tell you, it's very simple. The quarterback play for Cleveland, Deshaun Watson had one good game this year.
Is he playing?
And if he's not playing,
If he's not playing, that changes everything.
if he's not playing,
no. Deshaun Watson is not playing.
yeah, okay.
He has a 3-week. He had the.
So you guys, hold on.
Let me just check that out.
You guys think 7 points is too rich with no Deshaun Watson?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna.
Cleveland
I
has a
think
good defense.
Not good enough. Not that.
defense.
They're good.
Cleveland
They're good.
does have a very good
They're good
defense,
defense.
Their front seven's rock
but
solid.
they gave it up to Pittsburgh too, man. That's another thing. They did
Divisional
give it up to
game, yeah,
Pittsburgh.
divisional game though. Like,
Let me just. I'm looking at the injury report right now. Nick Chubb. Ooh.
Nick Chubb.
Didn't Cleveland just build a new
Deshaun Watson is
stadium?
game time decision.
So yeah, I think so.
Shoulder injury. He's game time decision. Hey, if Derek Carr is gonna do it, Deshaun Watson's gonna play. I think Deshaun Watson's gonna want to give it a run against the San Fran.
I'm taking the Niners.
49ers. Yeah, I think alternating the points
And the
down.
points.
I
And
think
I'm going all on the
alternating like
points.
2 points down from the Niners, being safe. I think 5.5 is good. For the Niners,
I would take the points if it was in San Francisco. I'm
me
not
too.
taking the points.
If it was in San Fran, I'm taking the points
Yeah, I'm just
off the rip.
I'm just not gonna take it in Cleveland. I'm just not.
New
love that.
Orleans favorite 1.5, same spread like it was last week against the New England Patriots. They're in Houston against the hot CJ Stroud.
You mean the Houston Texans versus the New England Patriots?
No, the Houston Texans versus the Saints.
Okay, got you.
Same spread as it was last weekend against the Patriots. 1.5.
Give me the Texans with the points.
They're at home.
They're at home.
They just blew out New England. They're going to take a ride.
yeah.
Alvin Kamara's going to get shut down there. They're going to be focused on Olave and
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara. I believe Derek Carr does not get it done against the Texans. I like outright plus money, 1:00. Houston Texans win. I love it. I love it the whole way. I love it the whole way.
I go with the Texans. They're at home.
Yeah.
I looked at I saw what they did to Pittsburgh. Now I know Pittsburgh's offense isn't nothing to write home about right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's still a good, well-coached team that
Yeah.
they made look very bad.
Bro,
Blake,
30
one of
bad.
Blake's very, very first things when we're betting is who's the better coach.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Tomlin is an amazing coach.
Yeah.
Right? Defensive, yeah. He's a very good
leader of men.
oh my
just
God.
a leader of men.
Agreed.
and I definitely agree there too.
And can we just talk about this real quick? D'Amico Ryans is doing a hell of a job.
He is.
Yes,
They're
he is.
Holy
Yes,
cow,
he
bro.
is.
give the Texans one more draft, one more solid draft with a free agency class. They'll be a playoff
point.
team next year.
Great point, bro. Great point. Who's next?
I definitely love Texans. I mean, this is 13.5 points against Carolina primetime, 1:00 in the afternoon. Miami Dolphins are gonna once again. Tyreek Hill will be fined $15,000 for wearing no socks and just giving people straight dust on the field.
Yo. Throwing up a peace
I
sign.
like the 13.5 against
It's not
Carolina.
enough points. It's not enough points.
It's exact. It's
Right.
it's,
It's
it's,
not enough
it's
points.
literally rich on the Carolina side. It's not enough points. I think they could literally hang it up on them like they did Denver. I think Denver's a better team than Carolina.
I think Andy Dalton should have started the first 4 to 5 games, and then they
And
brought
then
in
Bryce Young.
Because
I definitely agree there.
it's looking rough for my man.
I don't like look what Detroit did to Carolina last week.
Yeah.
They picked apart the Carolina defense.
Yeah.
And not saying that Detroit's not a better team than Miami. They don't have the speed like Miami.
They don't have the weapons.
Agreed.
They don't have the same weapons.
Speed
Yeah.
in Miami is insane. Backfield, slot, out receivers. These even the tight end, they are fast.
How do you pronounce the backup running back's last name? Of Miami?
A-Chain.
A-Chain?
Yeah, A-Chain.
This
I keep
guy
saying,
is running.
I keep thinking it's Akani or Acne or Devon. I don't know.
This guy's running for football fields every game. 175.
He ran track. You could tell. the guy ran track in college.
You see
like-
Tyreek though, he's like, he ain't the fastest
He ain't
yet,
the
boy.
fastest.
He ain't I'm the cheetah.
too many
what's his speed in the Madden? What's A-Chain's speed
Oh,
in the Madden?
95. I can tell you right now. It's a 95.
Yeah.
It's a 95.
I think Hill's
That's
98,
fast.
99, right?
Tyreek Hill's a 99.
He's got to be a 99, yeah.
He
And
is.
Waddle's got to be a 95.
97.
97?
Speed.
Yeah.
97 Jalen
Bro,
Waddle.
it's different. It's different.
Bro, look at all that speed. My God. Mike McDaniel's having a
And
ball
he
out there.
knows
he's
how
having
to
fun, dude.
He
Use
knows
it.
how to use him. He knows how to scheme him, man. It must be nice. It must be nice.
And just to think, the Broncos turned down interviewing him at all, Mike McDaniel. And he grew up in Colorado.
As a ball player.
Oh, man, he had his little Blink-182 hair going on for the ball boy.
Don't worry, he hung 70 on him. It's all right.
that's
He's
what I'm
good.
saying.
He's good.
And
going
didn't
to-
take the field goal for the
We're
most
going
points
to
all time.
Macaulay Culkin over in Cincinnati against the Seattle Seahawks at 3 points. The Bengals Seahawks at 1 o'clock favored 3 points at home.
Bengals favored, right?
Bengals give me the points because they finally figured out, oh, yeah, there's this guy named Jamar Chase. We should probably target him like 10 to 15 times a game because one-on-one.
But are they only going to do that because Higgins isn't playing? I
He's
don't
gonna-
know. I think it's
Because
going to
Higgins
be
was
like
out.
He's going to get more targets because, number one, he's taking a step forward as he is an elite wide receiver right now. Jamar Chase is right there with your Justin Jeffersons.
I'm sorry,
Cooper Kupp's still there.
I feel like he's better
Cooper
than
Kupp's
CeeDee
still there.
Lamb. Sorry.
He is. No, he
Yeah,
is.
okay.
Jamar Chase is.
Oh my-
yeah.
By a
Leaps
stride.
and
By a
bounds.
stride.
Leaps and
What I'm
bounds.
saying is they're going to ask for the same contract. They're in the same conversation, but the conversation stops. Give me Chase over. I love CD. I'm getting his jersey next, but Jamar Chase is right now. It's Jefferson and Chase 1 and 2, and Kupp and Adams are somewhere in the conversation too.
Devontae Adams is so good too.
Yeah, but Chase is him.
Chase is him, yeah.
They finally realized,
What do
we
you
should
say?
target him.
I'm always open.
Yeah, I'm always
I'm
home.
always open.
open.
And Joe Burrow noted that.
And
they
he
did-
is.
And they also played Arizona, but
Taking
Jamar,
the three against Seattle.
Get the
Yeah?
points. They're at home too.
I'm gonna
They're at home.
give me Seattle. Give me Seattle.
Seattle.
I gotta
Really?
take Seattle's
+3.
points to 5. If I'm not mistaken, they played the Arizona Cardinals last weekend.
They did, yes.
Right. Cardinals coming off a W, coming in hot-headed, going into Cincinnati, or were they home?
So
I believe
the
Arizona was
Cardinals
home.
just came off of a loss against San Francisco.
Yeah,
49ers.
exactly.
Right. Yep.
And
And-
Dobbs had a passer
Oh, that's right. They
rating.
did lose to San Fran.
Dobbs had a passer rating over 100.
They had beat Dallas. That's right. Yeah.
I'm a Giants fan, so they were down 28-7 to the Cardinals. I'm looking like, dude, who is this guy, man?
Playing like an absolute animal.
Like an all-pro. Anyway, man. Oh, man. Yeah. So
For
they
one
did-
quarter, we got to see a good quarterback for one quarter.
Yeah.
I gotta take Seattle here, man, against these 3 points. I think Geno Smith is gonna have a field day on this defense.
I don't see it.
I could be wrong. I think Cincinnati wins. I see a 24-21 game, 24-22 game. I don't see it as much of a big open field for a wild spread to be kind of taken there because I don't have a lot of faith in Joey B yet. Yeah, it was the Cardinals. We got to see a different contender to see where Joe Burrow's game really is.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to add 2 on the 3. I'm going to take 5 points against the Bengals.
Yeah, I haven't seen consistency yet from the offense. No T. Higgins, so Jamar Chase got a lot of targets and did amazing.
He has a lot of work to do this weekend.
The Bengals, I would fade the game. It's not a game I'd be like, let's bet on this game. Let's go all in. But,
The one game I think we're going to ride on next is the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Indianapolis Colts against your favorite Minshew Mania.
Minshew Mania.
Homecoming game too.
I
Coming back
know.
home.
I think Jacksonville's back in a groove. They're coming off of London and off a big win,
over Buffalo.
of a huge
They
win.
kicked. They played well.
They handed it to Buffalo.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
They had
well.
homeboy Mr. Diggs in his feelings. He was flipping iPads, going crazy, tossing waters. He was like, "Oh no, you're gonna get cocotazo." So I'm taking Jags the entire way here. I'm not gonna take the 4. I'm taking money line. It's a good value. I'm on my 180.
Yeah,
I'm taking Jacksonville money line.
Yeah, we're all on board.
I love that.
Let's go Jacksonville.
Minnesota, Chicago, favored 3 on the road against Chicago.
Bro, I love it.
think Minnesota fumbles here. I think
No Jefferson.
No Jefferson.
Huge. I think it's huge. Kirk Cousins has no idea to do when he doesn't have a one target. I don't know what he's gonna even what their game plan is gonna be without Justin Jefferson.
Sure.
I like the Chicago Bears with the 3 points. Yeah, that's my go. I love the points
One of
against the
these
Vikings.
teams is going to get Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who, because Carolina's not going to get him. They love Bryce, so
They like Bryce.
it's going to be one of these 2 teams.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Kirk Cousins is definitely up for a thought of, hey, look, if this season doesn't turn out somewhat well and it's not going too hot, they're going to get rid of him. They're going to get rid of him for sure.
Absolutely.
I love Chicago here +3.
Crazy stat from last year. The Minnesota Vikings were 11-0 in one possession games. They are now 0-4 to start the year on one possession games.
They've had a negative. No, they had a negative point differential going into the playoffs. Like,
They had an opportunity to beat the Chiefs.
They were super overvalued
They
last
could
year.
have beat the Chiefs this past weekend.
Well, let's talk about it real quick. They should have thrown that flag in the red zone, in the end zone, when Kirk Cousins threw that on 4th down and he got hit. And Addison was in
sure.
the
Oh, yeah,
corner.
true.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a terrible call from the ump.
Terrible call.
Like to just completely wave because they threw the flag initially anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't think Minnesota wins this game. I like outright Chicago and the 3 points.
Likewise.
We're going back to Vegas. I hate betting at Vegas at home. I always lose with them on the other side. I went big on the Green Bay Packers and lost there. But the Raiders take on the Patriots. I think this is undervalued. -3 against Billy and the squad in Vegas.
What's the point total for the game? Over under.
Good question. 41.5 right
Too
now.
much.
Just give me the
too
under.
much.
Just give me with those two garbage
I
quarterbacks.
love that. I
It's
love
too
that.
much.
Yeah, I like.
too much.
Are we gonna really bet the outcome on this game?
I love
You got
that.
Jimmy Garoppolo versus Mac Jones. Is this a 1 o'clock game?
No, this is at 4
It should
o'clock.
be.
It's 4 o'clock.
They got to flex that to 1.
Yo, they gotta.
Yeah.
That's
Flex out
gotta
of
be
that.
in the.
No, they gotta
bottom of
fly
the red
into
zone
London. They
corner.
gotta go to 9:30 in the morning. Time up. Go put them out in the London
yeah.
game.
Send them to Mexico City.
If we're gonna talk about an outcome, I do think Jimmy G takes it here.
Yeah, they're gonna win.
I think Jimmy takes it. I think the Raiders are finding a little pace. He's coming back into the game.
Yeah.
A little more consistent.
You got a
Jimmy's
number 1 receiver, Devontae,
and you got Jacoby Myers as a 2.
balling.
And Josh Jacobs is a
Yeah.
dog.
I love what they're doing on defense,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Oh, God, Max Crosby
bro,
he's one of my
is
favorites.
an animal. And shout out
One
my
of
boy
my
Jack
guys,
Welty.
man.
Jack Welty, love you, bro. My buddy who played football in college is like exact twin, like the same temperament,
Nice,
an
nice.
animal just like him. So I kind of like understand who the person of Max Crosby is. A living machine. He's like a Christian McCaffrey. The guy is unstoppable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He
Agreed.
has an insane chip in his mind.
He's
I
got
just-
a motor, man. His motor is insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's nonstop. It's
Yeah.
every play. It's 100%, 110% that he's giving. I do like Vegas here for the money, and I do like that under 42. We got Detroit on the road, really shy on points, 3 against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Detroit on the road against Tampa Bay. They're only giving them
3
3
points.
That's not enough points.
Bro, I'm gonna
Now,
wait, hold on.
one
That's not
second.
enough
One
points
second.
at
Let's just
all.
go over the
I just got
injuries real
excited.
quick. 2
Yeah, yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
2 seconds.
As long as Goff's not injured, we're good.
Agreed.
As long as
You know,
Is Gardner Johnson back? Not yet. He's still on protocol. And questionable Amon-Ra St. Brown. If St. Brown doesn't play, I still alternate the points to 1.5. St. Brown plays. I want to take the 3 as of now to get the value. I'll take 3 the entire way if there's even a thought of St. Brown playing. Detroit does very well on the road. They have a very strong coach. They don't back down to a weak fan base like Tampa.
Right.
Baker Mayfield, I don't
great
think is
point.
going to be able to do much. I don't even think Mike Evans is even playing. I think Mike Evans is still out with a hamstring.
Yeah.
So even there, I still like the Detroit on the road at 3 and money line.
yeah, give me. Oh, I'm so happy that it's only at 3. I feel like that's a steal. Great value.
Yeah, I
-3.
I agree.
Money line. Give me the over as well. Give me all 3 of
So
those.
it's at 43 too. It's a good event for the over. I love it.
me the
I
over.
think
Give me the
Detroit
over.
can look what they did with Carolina. You know what I'm saying? It was
42-18.
right, exactly. So
whatever,
it was like
45.
28-10 at half or third quarter. So I like the motion of chasing these teams that if you're gonna bet over and unders, look at the teams that are scoring. Like if you see like the Tampa Bay Philly 25-11 held a strong team to points, I think a team that's taking over and playing at a faster pace in Philly, like Detroit, does come out and score I like the over first quarter, over third quarter. They're going to come out hot in each sets of the game.
And Campbell's aggressive too. He'll go for it in his own territory.
He's going to go. If it's 38 yards and up, where they can have 2 or 3 opportunities to stop the ball and go for a field. He's going for it. Which I love that about Detroit. Yeah. I don't think Tampa can even think about stopping these boys. I like Detroit with the 3. We have a weird game at 4:25 in Los Angeles. It's the Arizona Cardinals at a full touchdown spread with an over-under at 48.
Okay, so the ball's going to be going in that end zone
they're
a lot.
thinking the ball's going to be going, and then a team's going to either cover by a touchdown. Now, I don't like the points.
I don't either.
I like Arizona. If you're going to alternate the 2 more, I like Arizona 9.5. Josh Dobbs. You know what? I gotta back up that pick. I'm sorry, James Conner's not playing. Without James, I don't know. He got hurt with a knee injury this last game. I'm gonna just check 2 seconds. Yeah, James Conner is out with a knee injury. I think he tore his ACL or his MCL, something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So James,
who are they playing? Are they playing the Rams?
The Rams in LA. Yeah, they're in LA. Okay. They're playing the Rams. We all know that the Dallas Cowboys play LA Monday night. So we'll talk about that in a second. That's literally the sum up the convo is your Cowboys.
Well done. I see.
I like the points Arizona here, even though without James Conner, I can't go off that thought. LA wins at home super tight, especially off teams that can come out and have something of heart. There's not a lot of stars in Arizona. There's not a lot of huge names. It's a well-knit, built team as far as chemistry on and off field. You see them all out together in Top Golf. They're hanging out and they go to the casino together, blah, blah, whatever the case may be. They're out drinking off season, on season. I like Arizona to cover here. The only purpose why is Josh Dobbs is gonna be able to move the ball against the Rams defense.
Oh yeah.
You take care of Aaron Donald. They have a strong left. I think Arizona can figure out a way to at least put up points to knock this whole touchdown spread off. I do like Arizona.
They almost covered against the Niners. The tight end dropped the ball in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love that.
And the Rams' offensive line struggling right now. Struggle bus. I know Philly's got a really good front, but
and they don't got Cooper Kupp yet in the motion.
Yeah. He's getting there. They're
going to focus on
fantasy.
I know. Okay, there you
I
go.
need Cooper Kupp fantasy.
That's big
I'm probably butchering his name. I think Pakua is their main target right now.
Puka.
What a surprise revelation here, man, with him.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But I like him. I like him a lot. He's great. He's a great player. I do like this +7 heavy along the whole way. I gotta sit with the dog here.
Cool.
Philly and the Jets, another touchdown spread at 40.
Yeah,
points at 40.
Give me the over and Philly with a touchdown.
I like alternate 6.5 and over 40 points. I think the Eagles come out here and just take this discombobbled offense, light them up.
Zach Wilson's gonna have some problems.
The secondary problems for the Eagles aren't gonna really weigh into a factor against Zach Wilson.
Yeah, because he can't read coverages yet.
Exactly. Straight up, he looks lost right now out there. He's been playing a little bit better though.
He's been playing better, but again, what's the floor?
Yeah. That's
you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about that.
That's facts.
Yeah, I think we're all set on the Eagles here. Oh God, I don't even want to talk about this. The Buffalo Bills -14 at home against the New York Giants. Fade game. A lot of points for Buffalo. Not enough points for New York.
How many points do you think? Wait, before you even get to the pick,
understand. How many points do you think you need?
No, how do you think the Giants are going to score in this game?
10 to 13. Max.
Around 8. Maybe get a lucky safety, 2 field goals, maybe something like that. Around the 8 or 9 number.
I can see if the Bills came off a win in London and they're feeling themselves, whatnot.
I don't know why I see. I don't know why I see a 22-13 game.
No.
Or I think
way off there, bro.
I think that I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
If the Giants can focus on one thing right now, it's not going to be their offense. It's going to be their defense, obviously, because Daniel Jones is not going to play. Saquon's not there. There's literally no offense to work with.
And
the defense is going to – I know this sounds wild. I know this sounds crazy, and this is a wild prediction. I gamble, and I know the book, and I know the lines. 14 points against an ugly, ugly dog is sometimes just ridiculous.
So
it's not all the time that you see a 70-20 game like Miami did.
And the spread was 6.5.
Right.
So let's go down memory lane. Last year in the playoffs, the Buffalo Bills are playing the third string quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. What's the guy's name? I don't know his name.
Skylar.
Thank you. What was it? Skylar Thompson.
There it is.
Bro.
We were looking for it. We were like, who is this guy?
We could not figure it out for 6 months. We didn't want to Google it because of the pain. Bro, the spread was 13.5. And me and my brother were like, oh, we're going to buy down 2 points, but just in case.
6.5. Took 6.5.
No, it was 13.5 to spread. So we bought down to 11.5. And I said,
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
13 in the playoffs against
that
Miami.
Number with Buffalo.
They won 37-34. I'll never forget it.
Lost that game.
And they were up 17 nothing.
No, they
in the
won
first
by
quarter.
3. Buffalo won by 3.
No, I'm saying Buffalo almost lost.
Exactly.
After being up 17 nothing in the first quarter, I will never, as long as I am alive, will take the Bills at a minus 13.5 spread ever. Give me the Giants plus 13.5. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I'm going to take 3 points there. I'm going to give you 17. I just feel like a fumble and like an interception can happen. I feel like Josh Allen's going to get really comfortable against this defense. It's not the Raiders. It's not this. I understand. It's a risk. It's a wild risk. If you're going to take something, don't take the 14 on the Bills.
I just want to know, where's my camera? How much points
Do
you
the
think the Giants are going to score? Because give me 10 trashes for Daniel Jones.
I say 13 to 17 points. I say 13 to 17 points.
13. That's being generous.
Look at
I'm saying 10 to 13. I'm saying 10 to 13.
I like 13 at somewhere in the middle range. Because
you can't even say it with a straight face. You can't even say it with a straight face.
The only reason why is this. The public is going to take Buffalo. I'm going to send you reels after this to your direct message about all of the fourth quarter shingles that were rained on from Vegas and phone calls that were made in the middle of the third quarter, fourth quarter. Why didn't Patrick Mahomes score for cover the spread?
Did you see that?
Why did the Rams? Listen to this. Why did the Rams? Let me get my point off. Why did the Rams come back from 10 points losing with 30 seconds left and drive the ball to kick a field goal?
It's blue chips.
Why are we trying to cover spreads?
Yeah.
In the last 40 seconds, it's because the house always wins. You cannot.
So why do we gamble again?
Exactly. You gotta. This is like dealing with the CIA here. You gotta know what lines to pick. The value is just way too high. It's obviously a fade game. You don't touch this, but you have betting big money because 14 points is ridiculous to bet on any team with any scenario.
Always.
I mean, look at USC versus Arizona. USC won by like 2 points in overtime to like one of the scrubbiest teams, and they were home.
The spread was 21
it's college
and a
football.
half.
I know it's college football, but it's Caleb Williams and the dogs that are there.
Yeah.
I think it's a stay away game. I'm gonna take 17 on the Giants. I don't know why. It's actually giving me agita talking about it.
How many points
do the Giants score?
Yo, my man is
So going off of primetime Sunday night football,
we gotta wrap with this one.
We're gonna go into Monday night. Dallas Cowboys play the Los Angeles Chargers in LA, and the Dallas Cowboys are favored by 3.
I want the Cowboys fan to take
coming
this
off a loss. That's the only thing that I will give Mike McCarthy his 4 years that he's been with the Cowboys. Coming off a loss, we play like freaking maniacs. Like, look what we did. Look what we did to New England. I know New England's down this year, but I didn't see 38-3, the worst loss in Bill Belichick's life, coming on Sunday. That. I didn't see that.
Back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I expect us to play well. Plus, it's going to be pretty much a Cowboy home game. We do training camp in California. Like, we're going to take over that stadium. It's going to be like something wild.
Steelers and Cowboys fans travel so well.
It's going to be like 75-25 Cowboy fans.
This is a conversation of who's the better coach. I think McCarthy takes this one home. I do like Dallas money line. The points are scary, but I definitely like Dallas money line here.
I like Dallas money line as well. Brandon Staley's got to be one of the worst 5 NFL head coaches in the league right now.
Him or Eberflus are going to get fired.
Oh
one
my
of
gosh!
them.
And I hope they both get canned. I never call for anybody's job, but both of those guys got to go.
Right. Well,
This was
Could
fun.
Wrap it up with that. This was awesome.
This was fun.
This was awesome. We got to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Soon,
I got to get you guys on the You Go Boy podcast.
man.
100%.
Oh, man. Let's do it, man.
For sports talk with Mongo, you guys would be great.
Awesome, man.
I can't wait, dude. We're gonna. I think we can have a lot of good talks here on out.
For sure.
You have a lot of knowledge. I feel like we got a lot of good stuff in the brain. I'm excited to for the future what's to come. Shout out to Nosh. Thanks to Nosh for having us on.
Absolutely. This was Wednesday Night Live.
This was Wednesday Night Live.
Drake-
Marvin's verse.
Drake is still performing. He's gonna take it on home. You guys have been great. This was Under Review. Love you guys. We out.
Peace.
New women, old ways, never wifey, old days. And they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days. I ain't fucking no strays. Me cover, no way. I won't even bother if she ain't been through a whole phase. Stress and make you grow grace. Cool